What's going on, guys? Good morning. So today I'm going to be talking about this Apple CarPlay screen that I picked up and installed. This is a universal screen. It's meant for cars, but it is universal, like I said, so you can put it in Volvos, Peterbilts, Kenworths, Freightliners. I have a Volvo VNL 780 globetrotter, and I popped this thing in. I'm less than 24 hours with it, but I went ahead and popped it in, and I did use it tonight. I ran a load down from Dallas to Houston, so I got about 4 hours in with the screen. I drove down 45, pretty bumpy, and it's really stable in here, not going anywhere. So I'm going to tell you guys how I installed it and talk about the screen. So like I said, I do have a Volvo, and the way I had to mount this thing is when I first put it in, the radio normally sits up top. If you have a Volvo, your radio sits up top, and below it there's storage. Now, when I put it in the regular way, the screen wouldn't go all the way in because it was hitting this trim piece. So what I did is I took off the trim pieces, pulled out the whole radio and tray, took out the radio, took out the tray, and I flipped it. So the tray is now up top. If you can see, the tray is up top, the radio is on the bottom, and have enough clearance. I can still use my cup holders. I still got access to my switches right here for the AC, and then I still got access for my switches up here. This is a 9-inch screen. I didn't want anything too big because I didn't want to interfere with any of my switches in regular use. I wanted to try to be as upgraded factory as possible, so that's why I got a 9-inch screen. So it fits perfect. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Like I said, I can still use my buttons and everything like that up here, right here. I still got access to my cup holders. So this is a single DIN radio. This is not a double DIN. This is a single DIN radio. So if you wish to do this, what you need to do is find whatever radio you want. I got this from TikTok, the TikTok shop. But if you go online, they do make similar radios that are single DIN like this. This one cost me $50. So far it's working great. It's a good $50 investment. Now they do make the ones that stick up top right here on the dash or on the window. And honestly, I didn't want that because I don't want the clutter. There's gonna be a lot of wires. If I put it on the windshield, there's gonna be a lot of running wires, things like that. And then if I stuck it up here, I just wasn't gonna like it. I already got my truck GPS and my camera mounted. That's all I want on the windshield. And I like it down here. It's low, it's out of the way. It's not sitting up and interfering with the hood mirrors or anything like that. So like I said, this thing was $50 off the TikTok shop, and so far it's a good purchase. Now, it does come with a backup camera and a microphone because it has Apple CarPlay in it. So I haven't mounted the microphone or the camera yet, but I'll get around to it. But another reason I went with the screen and not just a traditional radio is I did want the Apple CarPlay. It's nice to have your music right here. You're not fiddling with your phone or anything like that. These stock Volvos and like 2015, these didn't have Bluetooth. Well, they had Bluetooth, but you couldn't play your music off the Bluetooth. You had to play it off of the auxiliary or the USB. I wasn't a fan with it, but I dealt with it. And then I also having the problem with the radios that they worked, but the light went out or they were just kind of crappy. So this is a nice upgrade. Now, only thing I don't like is not wireless CarPlay. So you do have to plug into the USB for the CarPlay to work. I would demonstrate it, but I'm recording on the phone. So other than that, that's the one thing I don't like. Now, also, this is all factory radio harness. It does come with some new wiring, like to wire in, but I didn't have to wire anything in. This is from the stock harness and the stock antenna. So that was another reason I went with this screen. I didn't want to make any kind of modifications. I just wanted, plug and play, and that's what I got. So Now, going into the screen, it's really simple. So here you got all your main functions, right? So you do have some physical haptic feedback buttons: power, home, your back button, up and down volume. So all right here, all you gotta do is reach up and tap it, and it'll do its thing. So you also got a home button up here. You got your time, night mode or day mode. You can do your volume here, or you got a back button here. So this is your radio. Like I said, this uses the stock radio antenna, so you can tune into your local channels or whatever local channels you have going on. This does not have Sirius XM. I don't care about Sirius XM, so it wasn't a big deal for me. But if you want Sirius XM, you might have to find a different screen. But this one does not have Sirius. But I can still do the local channel tuning and all that. So if we go back, we got the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto. Like I said, it's wired, so I can't demonstrate it right now, but it does work. I did use it. You got your Bluetooth audio, so you can connect to the Bluetooth. You go onto the Bluetooth. You can do your phone. You got your contacts. You can pair, and then you can play music off the Bluetooth. Pretty nice. Excuse me. Come back. You got your USB. So you could just stream regular USB, or you could plug something into the USB port and download stuff, music and all that stuff. You can do that through the USB. So, and then you got your clock, you got a calendar, you got the menu setup. There is a lot of options in here. So you got basic setup, which is going to be like reverse mute if it makes a noise when you click stuff, headlight controls, things like that. If you know how to wire up your steering wheel controls and all that, or if it's already pre-wired for it, you can put it in here. I do have steering wheel controls, but I don't care to use them, so I didn't wire them up. But you could do all that, camera stuff, backup lines, you can calibrate the screen, things like that. The tuner, factory settings, sound settings. I will say, this radio, replacing the stock radio and putting in the aftermarket radio, really brings out the sound of the speakers. I did watch a video of a guy. He put a sub in, I think like a 5-inch sub in a different radio, and he said it was a night and day difference. I already have a sub in my truck. Most trucks do have subs in them. Some of them don't, but most of them do. But it really brings out the stock speakers. These speakers can handle more than what these radios are putting out. So when you switch out the screen and the head unit, it does bring out the sound of the radio. Mine sound really good now with this put in, and the bass hits more. So I listen to R&B and soul, hip hop and rap, country music, things like that. And if I want to play a song with some bass in it, the bass comes through a lot harder on this screen than the factory radio. So I do like that. And then when I'm listening to R&B or some country, it's just very loud and clear, which is nice. So, this is a nice screen. Like I said, this is a 9-inch screen. This is how it's set up, looking like in the Volvo. You see how it sits. I've got plenty of room, and it's nice. You know what I mean? It's a good screen, decent quality. I have no complaints with it. It's an aftermarket screen, so you're going to have little lags and pauses when you're using the Apple CarPlay and stuff like that. But for a $50 screen, you can't really gripe about things like that. And literally, all you got to do is, if it starts lagging on you, and you're in Apple CarPlay, just hit the home button, hit car, come back to this screen, and then just click Apple CarPlay again, and it'll be fine. So this is a good little investment. Like I said, if there's anybody out there who is wanting to upgrade their radio to something that has the Apple CarPlay in it, and things like that, this is a good screen. I know most of the trucks like that are like 2019 and plus. They're going to have Bluetooth built into the radio, but if you still want to change it and get Apple CarPlay or something like that, this is a good solution. Like I said, single DIN radio. That's what all these trucks are single DIN radios. So if you have just go ahead and buy the single DIN removal tool, and then buy your screen, pop it out, and make sure it's plug and play to your wire harness. If it's not, most of these come with the wire harness that you need. And then just plug everything up, button it up, and you're good to go. Like I said, you get the Apple CarPlay. This also does have screen, there it is, screen mirror. So it's on iPhone or Android, and what it does, it literally mirrors your phone onto the screen. So if you wanted to watch YouTube videos, put on movies, whatever, you could do that on here, which is pretty neat. So but yeah, so like I said, I'm a little less than 24 hours with it, but I did use it on this load, and I am happy with it thus far. It is a big upgrade from the factory radio, and like I said, it's a good investment. Like I said, if you want to be able to have Google Maps, because I use Google Maps along with my Garmin. I use Google Maps for Waves a lot, so having it on the screen and not having to look at my phone or anything is a really nice feature. So if you're somebody like me who you have an older truck that doesn't have Bluetooth in the radio, or you have the Bluetooth but you want to have a screen to have the maps on and all that stuff, you know, if you want to watch movies while you drive, that's your thing, you can do that too. But it's a good screen. If you want something like that, I would definitely recommend it. Like I say, guys, say it one more time, this is a single DIN, not a double DIN. So if you're looking, make sure you get a single DIN Apple CarPlay touchscreen radio. And they vary in size. I've seen them go from like 7 all the way up to like 10. But the 9 is perfect. If you're in a Volvo, the 9 is perfect. It's big enough and it doesn't interfere with anything. So that's it though. I just want to show off this screen. It's going to wrap it up for me. And if you guys have any questions about anything, especially the Volvo guys, since I did this on a Volvo, if you guys have any questions across any of the trucks, you know, leave a comment or something like that. Get in contact with me and I'll answer all the questions the best I can to the best of my knowledge. I am not any kind of like electronic professional installer or anything, but it's a very simple install. You know, like I said, I'm going to get the camera and the microphone mounted up here at some point. I plan to use that backup camera that was included on the blind side right there. So when I'm backing up, when I put the truck in reverse, this will click over to the backup camera and I can see what's on my blind side. That's what I plan to use the camera for. And then obviously the microphone, so you can take phone calls and things like that through the screen, because like I said, there's Bluetooth in here and Apple CarPlay. So I'm probably going to mount the camera like probably somewhere up here behind the wheel, running through the dash, mounted up behind the wheel, so that way when I'm talking, I'm projecting right here. So but yeah, guys, like I said, that's going to do it for me. If you guys have any questions about the screen install or anything like that, like I said, just get in contact with me, leave a comment or something like that, and I'll get back to everybody that I can. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a good day, good morning, wherever you're doing right now, and I will see you guys in the next video.